So we're starting in the fall. Fall is the time to pound nitrogen. So I do a big granular app in the early fall because this is a 83% slow release, so it's going to last several weeks. So there's 18% nitrogen in this bag. 14.5% is slowly available, so that comes out to around 83% slow release. I also like to run a lot of potassium in the fall, and if the temps hold out, I will do another app of this in the fall. Being this is such slow release, it has to have the temperatures to work. So then you got, and the slow release nitrogen source on this is methylene urea, which, that's a fantastic slow release. A lot of other products like protein, just several use methylene urea, so that's a good one. So then you got your fast release. This is a liquid, 10% nitrogen in this jug. There's no slowly available nitrogen in this. So here's some examples of your quick release nitrogen. You got your ammoniacal, your nitrate, your urea. Now, don't get the urea confused, because you can have coated urea and it be slow release, but for this, it's just urea. I typically run this last fall app and very first spring app. And, I don't like to spray a lot of quick release nitrogen. Definitely do not do this in the spring. That's the last, spring through summer, that's the last thing you want on fescue, is a lot of quick, lush growth. That just leads to disease issues, because fungus likes fresh, new growth, and a lot of it. I'll spray this in the spring at around 0.1 to 0.15 pounds in, and I'll do the same in the fall. Springtime, from the very first app all the way through the summer, I try to apply 1.5 pounds in. So I'll normally hit this around 0.5 to 0.75 pounds in. This is that's on the granular. Oh, and I'll show you this. Oops. This is a greens grade granular that I use. So in between the first spring app and the second spring app, which I do the granular, I spoon feed with this. This is a 2900, 29% nitrogen in this jug. Half of 29 is 14.5 slowly available water soluble nitrogen, and that source is Trizome, and that's probably my favorite nitrogen source out of anything. I can highly recommend that. Color's good, lasts a while. It's just a good overall nitrogen source. And there's your fast release ammoniacal nitrate urea, same as this on the quick release. I typically apply this with all my fungicide applications starting May, which I do preventative every 14 days, and I'll spray this around 0.05 pounds in to 0.08 pounds in every 2 weeks, every 14 days with fungicide. And that comes out to about 2 ounces per 1,000 of this. It's actually 2.14 ounces to get 0.05 pounds of N. Going back to the fall. Sorry, I've flip-flopped on you. I'm just trying to cover every bit of it. Fall, I typically run about 2 pounds of N. If the weather's still warm, here in about 6 weeks, I'll probably apply another 1/2 pound of this. That'll put me around 1.5 pounds so far in the fall. And I'll use the rest of this 10-4 when, you know, later on in November or something, just to help hold the color. It won't last long, but you know, it'll give it a little bit. May run a little of this. I hadn't decided yet. Being this is 50% slow, 50% fast, that might be a better option. We'll just have to see how I'm feeling. I don't typically do stuff that's completely by the book. I just do what works for me. The main thing with nitrogen is applying the correct source at the correct time. Slow release when it's warm, fast release when it's cool weather. And you know, you can throw in a little fast release when it's spring and summer, but you know, nothing major. Like, you know, like I said on this, it's 50% fast, 50% slow. So after my granular application in the spring, I'll run this at 0.05 to 0.08 pounds of N every 2 weeks, and had good results with that. So I just thought I'd talk a little bit about nitrogen. Excuse me. I'm not a scientist, don't claim to be. I just know what has worked for me and know the sources that I'm looking for and like to run, and when I choose to run those sources. So I appreciate you watching. Have a good day.